All right. Let's see here. Can you guys hear? I don't like that. I didn't do the animation. Hold on. There we go. Got to do it right. You know what I mean? Got to do it right. We're here. We got to do it right. Can you guys hear my TV in the other room? The Marvel Rivals? Or should I go turn that off? I can hear it, so you got to be able to hear it. Give me a second. No? All right. Well, give me a second. That was unnecessarily loud. I'm sorry. Even though you couldn't hear it. I apologize anyways. I hear it a little. Okay, yeah. I figured you could. Like, it was loud, man. You probably just couldn't hear it because I was talking. We keep Castle, you tripping? I didn't even say anything. What are you talking about? Sorry, Sohan. First off, doesn't make sense to get rid of Sohan in favor for Fox. Don't think that makes a lot of sense for either party. I guess we'll talk about it in a minute. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Castle untouchable? I hope he's untouchable. I'm just assuming. We'll get to it in a minute. I'm assuming they're going to try to go after Castle. I hope he's untouchable. I mean, I hope they don't want to touch Wemby, Castle, or Sohan. I really want to hold on to Devin, too. It's a tough one, man. It's a good argument for... Because what it's going to come down to is more than likely Devin or Castle that they're going to ask for. And I think if you had to choose one, I think there's an argument for both. But me personally, just spoiler alert, I want to keep Castle. Like, real talk, I want to keep Castle. Even though I know that Devin, the scoring ability that he has is far superior than what Castle has. I will want to keep Castle if we can, guys. But it might be a matter of we'll see. We'll talk about it. It might be a matter of that's literally not what they want. Like, they literally want Castle. Sohan, I don't see any package. I don't see any reason they would want Sohan. Nor do I think it's a good idea for the Spurs to drastically make their team worse in a certain area, but then make it better in another. You know, you're in a rebuild phase. These are really young guys. You want to be able to have every aspect strong. So if it's going to be a guard, you might as well do a guard for a guard. You know, KJ, Devin, plus picks equals Fox. Then trade Jones and Zach to Washington for Jonas and Kispert, but I don't know if that's going to work. I'll tell you this. The only way I can see this working where we don't give up too much is if there is a 3-team trade, I suppose. I mean, I guess that's the only way. Sohan first gone. Okay, Hotspur, you just don't like Sohan. You said this like 5 times already. We aren't trading. If you're going to trade, if you really want him, the Spurs are interested in him. So if you really want him, you do it now, right? We'll be live for like an hour. I think that'd be a good thing to do. Let me bring up some stuff. Fox will ask for a trade to San Antonio. That's his destination. Like, that's where he wants to be. Now, okay, guys, I don't want to be cocky. Okay, I don't mean to be cocky here. But this is something that I actually knew about a minute ago. But obviously, you don't want to. First off, people wouldn't have believed me, and second, yeah, I wasn't allowed to say anything anyway. So I knew that he wanted to be in San Antonio. But it was reported that the Spurs, like, this was already reported. This isn't anything I knew special information on. Everyone already knew that San Antonio was interested in him. We knew that for a while. Oh, sorry. I accidentally doom scrolled live on YouTube. I am so sorry. That was horrible. That was just a bunch of bad news back to back to back, dude. I gotta get off the internet. I can't though, because I'm on here to talk about Spurs stuff, right? And most of my information pop up on Twitter. Anyways. All right, let's see. Sohan is great. Sohan is great. Hold on, let's see here. Got this. Da-da-da-da. Because as I think he is gone. I do not think he is staying. I think it is a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. He will be traded. Maybe the Spurs can make something happen, though. Sohan untouchable. Sohan is pretty untouchable. I've said this time and time again. If you truly think, like, if you're one of those people that are quick to say, "Oh yeah, I'll get rid of my heartbeat," I just don't think you know basketball that well, honestly. Either that, or like you have a special vendetta against them. You might not know that you do, or like you're just not paying attention. I saw somebody like get pretty upset with me because they were like, "Clan, you really just said that the stats don't matter, that he could have bad stats and you don't care, so you're just on his jock." Basically, that's what he was saying. And that is not what I was saying whatsoever. My main thing with Sohan is this. If he has a game in which he had like 5 points, right? He is not the type of player that will tell the full story of what's going on. Like, you have certain players where that's their main goal is to score. And then you can kind of tell, like, okay, how good of a game did they have, right? Like, if Devin Vassell had a game, well, he can facilitate a little bit, you know, but we have some more facilitators now. So if Devin Vassell had a game where he had 5 points, we could probably assume, okay, even if you didn't watch the game, you could assume he wasn't aggressive enough, or he had an off night. He had a bad night, right? Because the value that Devin Vassell brings, 85% of it is the scoring, right? But that's not the same with Sohan. It's just not. You know, you're not leaning totally on the stats when it comes to him. You have to pay attention, and also the advanced analytics, but mostly kind of a glue guy. Sometimes it's not even assist that he gets, it's pass to assist, right? Like that extra pass caused us to be able to make an assist. Like, he does small things like that I find very impressive. And for him to be a power forward, because he is a power forward, and be as quick as he is, that is not something you just find, you know, in the wild, right? So I don't want to just, let's just say, get rid of Sohan for Fox. I think that's silly. I think that would be silly. Fox is a really great player. Obviously better than Sohan. Obviously, right? Better than everyone on the team other than Wemby. But no, you don't do that. You'll be fixing one area while completely destroying another, because the Spurs were looking for that archetype of a player for a minute, and it's not that easy to find. So yeah, I just feel like you'll be blowing something up that you don't have to. Sohan can still improve his spot up shooting. He's not doing a lot of spot up shooting, is he? Oh, thanks for the super chat, KJ, Trey, Malik. That's not gonna work. Stop. See, Leo, that's not gonna work, man. You got to try better. Where's your cat? She's on the couch. She might come in here, but if she does, I gotta put her in a backpack. Okay, she can't. She will like press all the buttons and mess things up, and even if I take her off, she jump back on, so I can't do anything. How are you, Clan? I'm doing okay. You don't usually get glue guys, do the little thing guys young. It usually takes years in the league for those guys to become that. It wouldn't make sense to trade Sohan. So yeah, untouchable. Yeah, Sohan is virtually untouchable. A lot of people think that I'm irrational with this, but I'm really not. The irrational part of my arguments when it comes to Sohan is they're not irrational, I don't think, but it's really the hyperbole that you hear when I talk about Sohan is sometimes just responding to the haters, right? Because he has a lot of them. He has more of them than anybody else on the team. So I'm mostly responding to them because just be honest, I think they don't know what they're talking about. So maybe I get a little hyperbolic, sounds like I get a little crazy, but the argument is sound. Me saying that the stats don't matter after a game, it doesn't for a guy like that. It just doesn't. Draymond Green, for instance, like he had plenty of games where the stats don't look that great and people will clown him on him, but it's like clown him about it. But it's like, did you watch the game? Look at the screens he was setting. Look at the pass to assist. Look at the defense. Look at all these things that's not going to show up on the stat sheet, but it'll show up in the advanced analytics. So I hate that. I hate that Spurs fans can't look past this. Sometimes we should know better. We've had guys like this before. We should know better. Everybody says how much they love Diaw. You guys know what Diaw even averaged? We can all recognize how great Diaw was, which he's not the same as Sohan, right? But he is one of those guys that it doesn't necessarily show up on the stat sheet all that he did during a game. Here, let me go to Boris Diaw, ESPN. Every Spurs fan will tell you, Diaw man, he was a monster. Man, you had to just see him. You had to just see how crazy great he was. His last season with the Spurs, he averaged 6 points. His best season with the Spurs, he averaged 9. He could shoot. But even his shooting, people will say, oh my goodness, man, oh my God, you should have saw the plethora of threes that Boris Diaw put up on you. He averaged 1 3 a game. He attempted a 3 a game. That's it. Like a 3 or 2. Like that's it. That's all he did. So I can't. It will be stupid for me to come in here and compare Boris Diaw to like some other player at the time that was doing well. Like that would be silly. We'd be like, Boris Diaw was trash. Look at this. 5.8 points. He only attempted 1 3. Yeah, he's above 50%. That's good. 38% from 3. That's good. But he didn't attempt that many. I mean, he gave you a couple assists. I mean, he wasn't that great. No, he was great. But everyone can recognize he was great because the Spurs were winning. Guarantee you, if Boris Diaw is on any team, any of our teams that aren't winning, then nah. No one ever said that? No one ever said that Boris Diaw was great? Are you kidding me? You really think I'm strawmanning right now? Spurs fans gloat about Boris Diaw all the time. They're always talking about who's our next Boris. Are you serious? We had Kyle Anderson. Everyone was like, oh, is this our next Boris Diaw? Is he going to be like Boris Diaw? They do it all the time. Are you joking? I think that's what you responded to when you said no one ever said that. I'm pretty sure that's what Boris is a legend. Oh, well, that's me being hyperbolic. You get what I'm saying? People say that he was great. Now, what they do say, now this is what people do say. I'll show you something else. You can't, certain guys, they do so many things on the court that stats don't give them justice, right? Okay, one of his last years with the Spurs were actually really great. But Patty Mills. Patty Mills was a phenomenal player for the Spurs, right? I mean, 3-point percentage, you can tell. Like, I think that's blatant in the stats that he was impactful from 3. But he did so many other things. Like, trying to explain the type of player Patty Mills was and the impact that he had on the Spurs, it's not really justified just through his stats. Actually, a better example, hold on, that's probably not the best example. Here we go. Here we go. My favorite player of all time. Let's look at his stats. Because people will use this against him all the time. People that didn't actually pay attention. Manu Ginobili. I believe with my whole heart that Manu Ginobili was a superstar. at one point in his career, for a good chunk of his career, I think he was a superstar, a legitimate superstar. Didn't get a lot of recognition, right? But people will see these stats and say, well, most of these years he was under 50%, right? He never averaged more than 20 points. What do you mean he's a superstar, right? But it's like, when you watched him and you paid attention, I mean, I guess someone could watch some highlights of Ginobili and say, oh yeah, he was a monster. But like, if you actually just watched the games, he was incredible. He was impactful all over the court, not just on the offensive end. Manu's a superstar, don't play anyone. Man, bro, yeah, some people don't believe that though. There's quite a few people that don't believe that Manu Ginobili was a superstar. Manu's the best left-handed to ever play and top 3 all-time at his position. Yeah, it's something. I guarantee you a lot of people will not agree with you. I guarantee you a lot of people won't agree with you. People will say like, oh, he was fun to watch, when I got to see him, whatever. But people will look at his stats and say, hey, he wasn't that great. Hey, he had Tim Duncan. But he was legitimately a superstar. Now, I'm not saying that I think, I know it seems like I'm comparing, maybe a little bit. I'm just trying to give an example. But like, that's not me saying Sohan is going to be a superstar. I don't think Sohan is going to be a superstar. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But I don't think that, right? I don't actually think that. I think that he could eventually end up being an all-star, just because he's on Wemby's team. And if they're successful, that usually happens. Your teammates come along too. A couple of your key teammates come along. But I don't really think he'll be a superstar. But doesn't mean he's not impactful and doesn't mean that he's not important. He should be at the top of the Spurs list of not trading, right? Top of the list of not trading. Kobe thought Manu was a superstar too. He was right. But I'm telling you, I'm not just making this up. People will tell you, no, Manu was not a superstar. Outside of Spurs fandom, for sure. Manu is my fave. Manu's my fave too. When's your movie coming out? I forgot. I forget really quickly. I see your name and I see your headshot and I'm like, that's the actor. When your movie coming out? 2025. It's almost February and it's not out yet. I don't like that. How long do I have to wait? Just kidding. I don't know. He was dunking on Biggs. Oh, wait. You're talking to someone else. All right. Screw it, man. Let's just dive straight into this. Okay? Let's just dive straight into this. I know you guys probably don't care, but my Stream Deck is working now. So I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden it was like, hey, I want to work. We know that there's some big news coming up, so I want to help you out. So thank you, device. All right. So check it out. Big news here. So it was reported by Shams initially. Is it Shams or Shams? I always forget. Chat can let me know. Just in, the Sacramento Kings are expected to open up talks to potentially deal all-star De'Aaron Fox ahead of February 6th trade deadline. Or, obviously he could end up being a free agent in the summer of 2026. And this all comes because he is not extending his contract with the Kings. So it was very obvious that he wasn't staying after he did that podcast interview and basically said, we know how this goes. Oh wait, no, it wasn't a podcast interview. It was actually a post game, wasn't it? Was it a post game? No, it was a podcast. I don't know. My memory is fading. But he did an interview or whatnot. And he basically said, yeah, you got to get it together. They got to make something happen. I want to win, right? I love this franchise, but at the same time, I want to win. We all know what that means. That means he is asking out. And it was just a matter of time. And today is the day, ladies and gentlemen. He is basically asking out. And the Kings are open to listen. So we already know. What news do we know? What do we know, Clan? We already know that the San Antonio Spurs are interested in De'Aaron Fox. Like, that's been very obvious. It's been out there. We've known this for a minute, that they're keeping an eye on him, as they should. They were keeping an eye on a lot of players, but De'Aaron Fox was one that they were quite interested in. Now, this is what was not reported, but now we know for sure, is his preferred landing spot. Because first people started reporting he has a preferred landing spot, but what is it? We don't know. Now it's reported it is the San Antonio Spurs. Surprise, right? I'm not really that surprised at this point. I thought it was pretty obvious that would be the case. And we also have this, and this is actually some big news, okay? So if you're wondering what should you do? Should you trade for him now or should you wait? It looks like, guys, to be honest with you, I'm just going to be real. It looks like you're going to have to go ahead and get him now, right? Like, if you really want De'Aaron Fox, you're going to have to get him now, because Rich Paul, his agent, we all love Rich Paul around here, I'm being sarcastic, recently sent word that it would be wise for the Kings to move him now. So it says, even with Fox's preferred destination widely believed to be San Antonio, Fox's side will remain open to all destinations. So basically his agent coming out and saying, yeah, you probably need to go ahead and do it now, right? You probably got to do that. So here's the thing. Fox is how old? 27, right? De'Aaron Fox age. Let's see. 27 years old. But he just turned 27, right? This isn't old. I mean, don't get too wrapped into, is he with our timeline and whatnot? Look at Wemby, okay? He's like a baby and he's playing like he's a veteran. Like it's fine. It's fine. It's going to be okay. So let me just go ahead and give you my take on this overall. So if the Spurs are going to do it, I would prefer them go ahead and do it now rather than wait in 2026, because I don't know what that contract will look like. You do it now, as far as how bird rights works and all that, you can sign some more players. So I would just go ahead and do it now. So if you're going to do it now. Now, the question is, do we want him? Yes, we definitely want De'Aaron Fox. He's a phenomenal talent. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna give you a little something. Brought this up before, but I'll bring it up again. And after I show you this, I'm gonna tell you best case scenario, at least in my opinion, best case scenario, worst case scenario, and what if the Spurs don't do anything at all. So let's see here. Oh crap, this is actually the wrong thing. Here we go. So we're gonna go to Steph Castle, because we love Steph Castle, right? We're gonna look at his stats. And what we're going to do here is we're going to go to matchup, head to head. That's what we care about. And we're going to see how well he did versus certain players. So you can look down here, right? Austin Reeves couldn't score on him. 28.6%. So this is specifically when this man is guarding you. Phenomenal defender, right? 28.6%. Yeah, he didn't do too hot. Sexton did pretty better. He did pretty much what you expect. 8 for 18, 44%, still under 50%. And he did this with quite a few players, right? Like, you got a few in here, like SGA got 60% on you. He's pretty doggone good, right? Kyrie Irving, 2 for 7. That's horrible. 3 for 7 for Tyler Hero. That's horrible. That's not horrible, but it's not great. Jamal Murray, 4 for 9. But one stands out here, and to me, De'Aaron Fox had his best showing against Castle. Not his personal best showing, but as far as the people that Steph Castle was guarding, De'Aaron Fox did the best out of basically everybody. He went 10 for 16, 62, and basically 63% when going at Steph Castle. So Steph Castle, even though he's super young, he's going to become even a better defender over the years. He could not handle De'Aaron Fox. And the Spurs were doing everything they possibly could, because you can see the matchup minutes are insane. 16 minutes is rough, guys. That's a lot of minutes for you to be on a player. Not necessarily normal. Just turned 27, and that's okay. That's all right. All right, so here's my thing. I'll just give you my overall take about this, okay? So what's the best case scenario, worst case scenario, and what if the Spurs don't do anything? So I think you have to trade for him now. Like if you wait out, like I said, don't know what the contract will look like. It would just be more beneficial to do it now. Maybe you don't have, maybe you can do a 3-team trade or whatnot. But best case scenario, in my opinion, is because you're going to have to give something up. All right, you're not going to be able to go into this room and just say, oh yeah, I'll give you a few picks, Keldon, Malachi, and Blake Wesley for good measure. That is not going to work. Okay, that is in dreamland. We hope that will work, but that is not going to work. They're going to want Castle, and they're going to possibly want Vassell. I guess it just depends on what direction they want to go in. If they want to stay competitive, then maybe they'll ask for Vassell. Maybe they'll ask for Keldon, yada yada yada, just so they can stay competitive. But if they want to just full on just rebuild, not do any of that, they're going to ask for Castle. I don't think there's any way around this. So in my opinion, best case scenario is Devin. Devin would have to go. That's the best case scenario. Now, we're not going to talk about picks because there's going to be a lot of picks. It's probably going to be 4 first-round picks. Let's just be real, okay? It's probably going to be 4. 4-team trade. Let's get crazy. That would be nice. But yeah, it's probably going to be quite a few first-round picks, right? Hopefully none of the 2025, unless we're talking Chicago, which I don't know if they'll go for that because that might not even convey. And then also we have a pick swap. One of their pick swaps in 2031, I believe. So we could very well just give them that back. And that's not that much of a hurt for us. A swap isn't as strong as an unprotected first round pick. So it's not that big of a deal. So here's the thing. Okay. So you could do that. Just not talk about picks. Just talk about the players. Best case scenario, Devin Vassell. In my opinion, worst case scenario is Steph Castle. And I think that there's actually 2 good reasons for both, right? I mean, from our standpoint, from a Spurs fan standpoint, right? Now, as far as getting rid of Devin Vassell, I feel like you would be at the very least upgrading that position for yourself, right? And it makes sense. And then when it comes to Castle, trading Castle, let's say the Spurs do elect to say, okay, we're going to go ahead and get rid of Castle. I don't like that. It doesn't make me happy. But at the same time, it would still make sense because ideally, I do think that Devin Vassell would fit with what De'Aaron Fox is going to bring more so than what Castle can bring right now, because Castle's not at that point yet, right? So if the Spurs are thinking right now, let's make a run this season, next season, let's just do it. Maybe you do think about, okay, Castle, you can move. But in my opinion, that's worst case scenario because I truly do think that he is star potential. And then what if the Spurs don't do anything? So if the Spurs don't do anything, I think at the very least, this is still a good sign that a lot of players in the future, and maybe pretty soon, are going to be really vocal about where they want to go, right? And they want to go to San Antonio. I think it shows that Wemby is already bringing people in. I think he has like the LeBron effect where guys want to play with him. So that's a fun factor, and it's borderline guaranteeing that the Spurs are going to be, nothing's guaranteed as far as championship, but it's basically guaranteed that the Spurs are going to be competitive for years on out. Long as you have Wemby, you're going to be competitive. That guys are already, during he didn't even finish his second year, asking to be traded to him. No one would have done this before Wemby got here. So if Spurs do nothing and we just chill out, obviously we still have a draft coming up. Obviously we can still make some trades. It's just not for Fox, and the Spurs be fine. But I just think that it's at least telling that we look pretty good, right, in the landscape of the NBA. So let's see. I know that the idea of getting rid of Castle kind of makes you a little wheezy, and I understand that. I completely get it. I guess it just kind of comes down to what the Spurs are prioritizing, and also comes down to what the Kings are prioritizing, right? You said no chance Castle gets dealt. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. Would drive Castle to the airport? Okay, so somebody is ready. Somebody really wants De'Aaron Fox. Anyways, so De'Aaron Fox is a phenomenal player. And if this were to go down, I don't think that this is bad. Whatever direction the Spurs go in, I think that is a pretty good one. It's just, all right, let me say this, okay? I know we talk about stats, advanced analytics quite often, mostly advanced analytics. Like, we have fun looking at those. But let me tell you why I personally would rather Vassell than Castle, if it came down to it, okay? This isn't me pinning them against each other or anything. It's just if it came down to it. Because obviously, Castle is the new kid on the block. Most people are going to be in favor of keeping him because you've had Devin Vassell and you're like, oh, we had bad seasons. And Devin Vassell sometimes, he's not as great as I need him to be or want him to be or yada, yada, yada. The reason why I personally would choose Castle to keep him over Devin, even though I think Devin's a better fit next to De'Aaron Fox, is I just feel like Castle, and this is a feeling, okay? This is not fact-based at all. I'm just going to be real with you, all right? It's very, very objective or subjective. I think that Castle is, I think he has a winning mentality to him. I don't think that he's afraid to be the second guy if it comes down to it, if he end up getting good enough where he could be that. I think that he's a guy that he might struggle in the first half and it's like it never happened in the second. I think that, he has this competitive nature to him that you just can't teach. I think his IQ is ridiculous. I think that he's a great point of attack defender. I think that there's a lot to his game that I would want to keep him for, right? But when I go ahead and look at yeah, exactly. You said pro, you got Fox's bird rights. Con, you tied up $50 million for a second star. Yeah, that's why I was mentioning the bird rights. Like, that's why I think you would just do it now if you're going to do it. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, I think mentality wise, I like him more than Devin. I feel like sometimes with Devin Vassell, he will just disappear. And Castle isn't better than Devin Vassell. Like, offensively, not by a long shot, not yet. Right? But I just think a lot of times, man, Devin isn't necessarily there. I feel like at the end of the day, he has to be like the fourth best player or third best player. And if he's a third or fourth, we are on board, right? We are cooking, okay? There's nothing that I've seen him do that makes me afraid of can he finish or can he do this or can he be competitive. It's just, I just don't like, if I had to choose between two players, one of which I think once he actually gets, those fundamental skills a little bit down so he can be a better shooter, how consistent he will be versus the other. I just think the type of person Castle is and what he brings to the court, I just think that he will be someone that's a little bit more consistent mentality-wise. He does not disappear. I think Vassell, too often, he tries to think too much about what's the right play, what's the best play, rather than just thinking, I'm the best play. And I feel like Castle has done that already, and he's just a rookie. He's already shown games where he's like, I'm the best play, and he's not even thinking twice about it. And yeah, sometimes it results in, some blocks and, he's still learning. He fumbles the ball sometimes, but not getting calls, right? Because he's so young, which is stupid. But at the end of the day, I just like that mentality more. So for me, it's just something personal like that. But like I said, if it goes either way, if it swings either way, I understand it, right? Trigger says Castle isn't average in any aspect of offense, a decent playmaker, but not a level of a point guard, and he creates no stocks when being a primary defender. You said not the level of a point guard. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that part. Let's see. We still have hopes for him, but no, probably not. Castle ceiling is way higher than Vassell. For sure. Of course it is. Vassell is great. So let's not discredit Vassell. Vassell is great. I guess another thing too, which I could be completely wrong about this, but I just feel like you could find another Devin quicker than you can find another Castle. Is that controversial to say? Like a point of attack, high basketball IQ, good frame player like Castle, I don't know if you can. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how often you can find those. You know? Devin Vassell, I mean, he's a scorer. And he's a great teammate, and his defense is decent. I don't know, man. Just wanted to know if you guys. It seemed like most people in the chat, if I scroll up here, saying don't get rid of Castle, keep Castle, let Devin go. But I think it also comes down to just the new guy in town. For me personally, it's the mentality that it's just some things that I've seen out of Castle where I legitimately believe he's going to be something serious. But I don't know. And if I'm this high on Castle, then shoot, guys, I don't know. The Sacramento Kings might be too. But if the Spurs feel like we have to make a deal regardless, like you have to do it. So I'm not just saying one way or the other. You have to get rid of Castle or you have to get rid of Devin. I think I'm still doing it. Right? Like I still think that it's an upgrade at the guard position, whether it's Castle or Devin leaving. It's just that I really do believe in Castle. Why are we stressing? There's no need to stress. It's just the reality of it. Like I think a lot of people are coming out with trade scenarios that just aren't reasonable, right? It's just not reasonable. I like the cooking. I like it. I like that people are cooking something up, but it's not reasonable. Here, let me see if I can find. I think Ty Yeager posted one. And I don't think it was Ty Yeager's idea. Where is it? I'm looking for it right now. Is this it? Yeah, it wasn't his. Somebody named Silent Ghost posted this. Like this, I don't think this is reasonable. I don't think this happens, right? So the Spurs give up Keldon, Zach Collins, and Chris Paul. So I guess if the Kings are trying to stay competitive right now, maybe, but no, I don't think so. That right off the bat, I don't think happens. I think that's too easy. This is too clean. The Spurs give up the 2025 first round, Chicago, okay. The Atlanta swap rights in 2026, they're swap rights, but that's a good one. That's probably the best one on this list. And then Atlanta's 2027. Well, no, Atlanta's 2027 might be the best one. And then you give them Sacramento their swap rights back. It's like, this is just too clean. There's no way they go for this. There's no way. And then you get Alex Lynn and Trey Lyles back. They're not going to go for this. Why are we acting like the Spurs are actually going to do something? They're interested. It's news. Let's see what happens. All right. But if it happens, it's probably going to happen now. So we'll just see how they feel. And the Spurs are typically pretty active, right? I think that we look for those big time trades, but really think about it, guys. How often have you seen big time trades in the NBA in general? It doesn't happen that often. You think it does because you have some that come to mind, like, oh, that time this happened, but like it doesn't happen that often. Paul to the Lakers. I don't know. Primo for Fox. That would actually be insane. If the Spurs could sign Primo and then sign him or trade him for De'Aaron Fox, that would be insane. That would be so great. I'll take Primo, unlimited potential. Okay. True, it's just the same thing every offseason, and they play that long game. Oh, yeah, for sure. Throw Mitch in the trade? Oh, man, you don't want to give up a great GM. I said, oh, my God, I keep Do they look alike? Why do I keep doing this? Brian Wright and Mitch Johnson, they do not look alike. I do this like every single time. Mitch Johnson. All right. Is this? Hey, that's Popovich. That's not Mitch Johnson. That's Popovich. Silly Google. All right, there's Mitch Johnson. They look nothing alike. What's wrong with me? Look at this. Nothing alike. But if someone said they were cousins, I believe you. They have the same looking forehead or something. Let's see. A little bit. Not really. Yeah, you said Mitch, and I thought our GM, man. Good God. Look up Mitch and Riley Curry twins. Riley Curry. Did time really fly that quick? What the heck? How old is she now? Oh, you guys can't see that. You can't see any of that. How old is this girl? What is going on? Oops. Yeah, he does look a little bit like her. But then again, I guess he look a little bit like Steph Curry. That's crazy. I remember this. I remember this. The 2-year-old. I don't remember her getting older. She doesn't supposed to get older. You can't do that. Mitch is more like Elon Musk. Ooh, don't say that. I hope not. Then I would throw him in the trade. If Fox only wants to come to San Antonio, that gives us leverage. We've not just going to trade all of our best pieces when they mostly want picks. Oh no, that's a really great point too. That's something I didn't even consider. But yeah, you're completely right. Like him blatantly saying that he wants to go to San Antonio definitely works in our favor. I just think that bare minimum, you're giving up Castle or Devin. Like I just can't picture a scenario at all that you don't do that, right? That's my thing. I can't picture scenario at all. But then again, the Spurs could do a 3-team trade. You got a bunch of second-round picks. Maybe they can make something happen with that. But we play the waiting game, okay? We got, see, when's the deadline, guys? February 6th? Is that when it ends? I always get confused with this. Next week? Does it end next week? So when does it start? I always get confused. You guys got to tell me. I'm dumb. The 6th? Okay. It started? It already started. Okay, that's what I figured. That the deadline is the 6th of February. Okay. In December? Okay. Started like a week ago and ends the 6th. Gotcha. Yeah, because most of the crazy stuff start to happen the week of the 6th, so that should be fun. And I'm not, guys, and this is different than other years, right? Other years, I've actually been quite busy on the week of, and we still reported on, we still talked about stuff, but like, I have nothing going on that week, dude. This is going to be fun. Well, I got work. I do have work. But after that, it's on, y'all. It's on. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. All right, let's end this segment. This was good. Just some great news. I hope you guys are happy. You should be happy. All right. At the very least, anybody that wants De'Aaron Fox, people that don't, we all should be happy about this news. We all should be happy. If you want him, there is a big possibility that the Spurs could get him if they really do want him, if they really think it's worth it, right? Yes, you're going to be giving up, one of your star players, or not star players, but one of your best players. But, that's the price of making a big trade like this. And if the Spurs don't want him, this is still great news because it just shows we still have some great draft picks coming up. And it shows that, hey, people are quite interested in coming to San Antonio. And it's going to be a continuous theme. And when the Spurs start rolling and they start getting into it and they start making those playoff runs, we could just constantly keep our team pretty great. Similar to what the Warriors were doing, where it was like, good God, can you guys just get worse? And then it just got better. That'll be the Spurs. We just keep getting better and better. And it should be a dynasty in the making. So this is a good indicator for what's to come, I think. All right. Oh, last comment I'll respond to. Trigger says, at least if Fox isn't traded, the Hawks are in a losing streak and Jalen Johnson is injured. I thought have the Hawks' tough games already came up? I thought it was coming up this upcoming week. Am I crazy? Or it already started? I have not been keeping up. Oh, it did already start. Okay. Yeah, it did already start. Yeah, the Knicks, they lost to the Pistons, lost to Raptors, lost to Raptors twice. That's tough. Timberwolves, Rockets. Okay, they are on a losing streak. Yeah, they're about to lose again tonight. Maybe. 3 minutes left. 2 minutes left. They might not lose this. Rockets got a good defensive team now, so they probably should lose it. They started losing. That's great. That's actually great news. Regardless, the Spurs are fine. This is nothing but good news. No bad news. There's no bad news whatsoever. Just big news. All right, end of segment. Segment has ended. Segment is gone and is never coming back. Segment is gone and is never coming back, guys. Hope he wins dunk contest. Oh yeah, that's some other news. Well, you guys should know this though. Let's see. Trying my best not to doom scroll on Twitter. Nothing but bad news every day. When was Steph Castle on TNT? Steph Castle was on TNT today? I don't know. So yeah, some big news. Rising Stars selection, Steph Castle. So he'll be in Rising Stars. He'll be doing the dunk contest. I never watched the dunk contest, but I will be this year. But I'm a little disappointed now because I thought people saying like Steph Castle and Modest Buzel is doing the dunk contest, that's trash. I think it's going to be good. Me personally. Those two have hops. Those two can be pretty creative, I'm sure. I think it'll be fun. I don't care. I think it'll be fun. So, in my opinion, I think it's good dunk contest. But then they added in McClung, and I'm like, oh, maybe they think it's going to be a bad contest to add him in. But I don't know. Maybe he just wanted to do it again. So he's going to try to do back-to-back dunk contests. His dunks look very impressive because he's so short. They are impressive, but... Yo, Clan, do you think sometimes the Spurs don't run enough plays for Vassell? No, I don't think that. I think a lot of times Devin Vassell just can go into isolations. He chooses not to. I don't think Vassell have to have plays drawn up for him right now. Like there's more than enough situations where he had an open lane to go score, or he could have took his matchup one-on-one, and a lot of times he passed out of it. Too worried about what's the best play. I mean, I saw quite a few times where he'll pass it to Wemby, and then Wemby pass it right back to him and make a hand motion like go to work. You know, that happens quite often with him. I don't think it's the Spurs like lack of plays for him. However, I do think that we need more actions for Wemby because of the amount of attention he gets. It's crazy. He gets so much attention. He had 2 people on him. It's like, can we figure something out? But nah, I don't think it's the Spurs' fault for Vassell not scoring when he does. Like Hawks. What about Hawks? All right, so All right, so guys, the Spurs don't play tomorrow, right? Let me make sure. The Spurs do play tomorrow. I thought it was Thursday that we play. Okay, well, we don't have anything else to talk about then. We'll just watch the game tomorrow and then go live and we'll talk about the game a little bit. I did not realize, man, that should be fun. I want to see a W. I want to see a W. About time. Been a while. Clan, we see Castle getting to the line more than Vassell sometimes. Sometimes. Castle's just more aggressive. If Castle got half of the foul calls, then he would definitely be at the line way more. Great stream, brother. Thanks for the company. Thanks, man. Can I say this? Can I just rant about this? Have you guys played Marvel Rivals? Who in the chat has played Marvel Rivals? And do you like it? I guess those are my two questions. Oh, here's another two-man or two-team trade. So shout out to Unholy Trini. Trini? I think that's how I said it. Unholy Trini. She posted this. I have not seen this before. Okay, so this one has Devin Vassell. Wait, hold on. What's going on? Oh, okay. I was like, okay. We give up Devin Vassell, Trey Jones, 2026 first round, our 2026 first round, I guess, and then 2031 first round of the Kings swap rights. That's all we would have to give up. Oh, wait, that's not true. We also have to give up a 2025 first and a 2025 Hornets first to the Nets. I'm not doing that. And Malachi. I'm not doing that. I don't want to give them my 2025 first round. If you can take that off the table, I think this is kind of a steal. Hornets isn't going to convey. Kings just get their swap rights back. And then we give up a 2026. So what we're really giving up is Devin, which is a big one, Malachi, Trey Jones, and a 2026 first for De'Aaron Fox. That is not bad. You also get Keon Ellis and Day'Ron Sharp. So you get your backup center. How about that? If you guys believe in Day'Ron Sharp, sorry. We should. This is actually decent. I just don't want to go with the 2025. Our 2025. I don't want to do that. The Hornets one, that's a wash. That's turned to a second anyway. So if they go for that, that's cool. And we get to keep our Chicago. That's kind of nasty. I was big on Overwatch, so I like the style. It's so much fun. Overwatch, but more enjoyable and casual. It is Overwatch, but more enjoyable and casual. Overwatch 2 sucks. I used to play Overwatch every single day after school, man. Every day I would play it. Like, I think I was in college. Every day undergrad, I would go play it. I would go home and play it. I would go to grad, do my thing, go to work, which I just worked at the library at the school. And then when I got home that night, it's Overwatch time. Pull it up on stream. What, Overwatch or Marvel Rivals? Getting out of goal has been a hassle. Okay, so apparently this is a flex. I didn't know that this was a flex. I've been maining Captain America. Yeah, I've been maining Captain America. Actually, we'll do a better visual. Hold on. And I'm in Diamond. And people tell me that that's a flex. They're like, yo, Captain American Diamond is insane. But it is such a toxic community. It's been so bad that I had to take a picture of when someone actually said something positive. And he said, "You're the first good Cap I've seen, bro." I was like, thank you. This was a crazy game, bro. Look at this. I had 31 kills, 9 deaths. Our Groot, This is just random people, by the way. This is solo queue. And I solo queued to Diamond. Group 59 deaths. Mr. Fantastic, 27-12. It's okay. Winter Soldier, 41-15, 16 assists. It was crazy. This was a long game, by the way. This is a crazy. 48K is wild. It is incredible. Everyone was basically a Lord player, except for the Winter Soldier. But yeah, I love playing Captain America. I just feel like I feel like he works better with the second tank, and you got to just do your thing, man. Like I think. Oh no! Oh, don't copyright me. It's not enough. No, don't copyright me. There we go. Yeah, you just got to kind of do your own thing, man. Like, I mean, you're protecting the team. Don't get me wrong, but you know, you can't worry too much about being a tank because you can't actually like tank it up by yourself as Captain America. Good tip for Cap. Oh man, shoot. I guess I need something specific. I'd be down to play him. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. So you don't even know how he works. So basically, your primary goal is to attack the enemy's back lines at off angles, right? So like you're not necessarily sneaking up on them. You're literally a tank, right? But you can be doing a few different things. You're basically doing everything, but you can do a few different things. So what makes him really impactful is when you can create some type of chaos in the back lines, right? Because as a tank, all you're attempting to do is create space. That's all you want to do. You want to create as much space as possible for your team to move in, right? You back them up so your team can come in. So that really helps if you're on the back line creating some chaos. Don't stick around too long. And also don't waste some of your abilities, right? So if you're going down in the back line and you think that you genuinely can smash down on them, use it, right? Smash down on them. They're stunned briefly in the air. You can hit them with a few punches right there, and then you can go ahead and try to finish them off if you can, right? But if they're backing up for each other, if the DPSs or the tanks are peeling even a little bit, you probably don't want to stick around too long. And that's why, like I said, you don't use your other abilities, right? Don't just waste all your abilities. I saw one person give it advice, and it was terrible advice. They basically were like, okay, so you could just do this combo and you could kill somebody in one combo, and they used all of Cap's abilities at once. You want his abilities to be there so you can get out, right? You want his abilities there so you can get out. You don't want to stick around. Show us how it's done on stream, bro. All right. I'm going to do this, then I'm getting off. Hold on. I told some people I would play today, so give me a second. Let me text them. Where's my... All right, give me a second. Let me go get my controller. Thanks, man. Do you play Groot? I need to play more Groot. I can play Groot though. I like Groot. Groot can give the most damage out of any tank. Let me remove this. I gotta remove the let's see here. Come on, controller. I need a PlayStation controller specifically just for this PC. Here we go. Connecting, and it is on. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Let's go to Steam. Clan the Captain American fan. Heck yeah. I might change my name to Clan the Cap fan. On Rivals. Let's see, where is the library? Go to library. And then Rivals. Oh gosh, it needs to update. How big's the update? While that's updating, I'll show you. Okay, it's only 3 gigs. While that's uploading, I'll show you some clips of me putting in that work. Obviously, I can't play because I put music to it, and I can't play it because of copyright. And this is actually really ugly. I don't know why it's so pixelated on Twitter. But another thing too, I'll bring this up, is I guess I'll show you, but you can actually hit faster than Cap normally hits, and it's basically by dash hit, and the shield comes out of your hand faster. So I do that with her. Oh my God, no! Don't copyright me. See? Yeah, I'm kind of like, I messed it up a little bit. She tried to get away. I said, nope, come here. Bop, got her. This was me just showing off. I didn't have to do all that. That was dramatic. The team we were going against wasn't that great. And this is a block, ultimate block. Killing Storm. Another ultimate block. This was nasty. Now this was nasty. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. All right, I was actually proud of this one when it happened. So I came up here with full intention to kill the Punisher, because Punisher is really easy to kill when you're Cap. So I was like, okay, let me go finish him off to clear the way, because you're creating space. Just clear the way for my team, right? So I come over here, and then I see an Iron Man, and I'm like, oh crap! I know an Iron Man, because one of their players just switched to Iron Man, so he just pulls up, and I had to think so fast. So I jump around, try to get to safety, break the bridge. Then I'm like, all right, I'm still gonna get you. Goodbye. Here's another one, because he's really easy to beat. I chased him down and killed him, but I didn't have this whole thing. You can get out of things. That's where I mean when it comes to escaping, make sure you have all your tools available. This is just a Namor clip. I like Namor. Their own teammate killed them there. Running from me. Kills himself. Boop. He tries to run away. Nope. Come here. Boop. This is before I knew how to do the fast punch thing. Okay. This is just some other stuff. We won this game because of this portal. This was cool. Yeah, we won that game. Anyways, let's see if it's up yet. Oh, cool. It's up now. Yeah, no, the shield ricochets, yeah. It goes at random directions, but it ricochets. Isn't that cool? Humor. Spurs are not crazy enough to trade Castle just to get Fox. I think you're underestimating how good Fox actually is. Let me turn this off for a second. It's gonna play soon, right? I don't see it. Ah, here it is. I might take a minute to load because I have it on my hard hard drive, not my SSD. If you go back in time, would you trade Vassell for marketing? Remember when you said Vassell was untradeable? Would I trade Vassell for marketing? It's like a straight up trade. I think I would do it for a straight up trade. Yeah. By the way, I don't know if you already said it, but I read Pop going to be back on February. Where did you read that? That's some more big news. Can you tag me in that? That would be cool. That could be something that we talk about next time. I didn't know that. Twitter. That's pretty cool. Let me look it up. Thanks, man. Keep. Dude, this is crazy. This is why you probably should just always put it on the SSD. I don't know what I was thinking. This takes forever. This sucks. This is why GTA took so long to load. Man. My cat's food dispensed. Which I need to fix the times on it because I think it's... the times are off. It's supposed to be a 9. It's going to take forever. I think Vassell and KJ might have been too much, but I would have done Vassell. If they just wanted KJ, bro, yeah, I'm just doing KJ. Are you kidding me? KJ. Easy. Easiest decision in my life. About time. Alright. So yes. Let me show you this real quick. Alright. I got a lot of stuff on the screen right now. I'm sorry. This is just to show you. Too loud. Okay, so let's go to play. Let's go to practice. Get Fox and go after Kessler and we set. I thought they wanted Sohan. Not for, I don't think it was for Fox. They did ask for Sohan at some point. That was a different time though.
Never forget who you're fighting for.
Man, the frames per second is awful on this. I'm really praying that this is because I'm live and not that it's just gonna be like this. So I might need another graphics card. No, I don't want to do that. This is terrible. Alright. I usually play on PlayStation. So first off, when it comes to punches, this is just a few tips. So when it comes to punches, well, should I do it here? Yeah, we can do it here. Actually, no, just change it to Hulk, I guess. Alright, so when it comes to punches, if you just do a normal punch, oh my goodness, he's going up here. You do a normal punch, it's pretty slow. See how slow that is? Now if you dash, so all you have to do is just keep dashing, right? And then you hit, oops, sorry. 1, 2. You see how much faster that is? Oops. So you like time it. It's like dash, hit, dash, hit, dash, hit. But when you're just sitting still, it's just... So it takes a little longer. Now, you might be a little bit more accurate, but that's why you got to be like crazy and moving the camera all over the place because people move. So you guys just got to keep. But yeah. Anyways, so you jump into the back lines usually. So let's say I'm tanking it up with my teammates. Maybe take an off angle, especially if you have a second tank. Make a high ground or something like that. Let's just say this is the off angle. And then you go to their back lines. And you can use this ability. Hit them while they're in the air.
Just here to do my duty.
And then when you get in trouble, that's why you have your other ability to go ahead and get out of there.
Coming through.
You know? You get out of there, go back to your team. Go back to your healer. And then you do it all over again. So you're just constantly creating chaos, forcing their tanks or DPS to turn around to help their healers. Meanwhile, your team is pushing forward. And they're shooting them in the back as they're trying to get you off of their healers. So you're just being annoying. Like, you're constantly in the back, messing things up, and getting out. If your healers aren't healing properly, make sure you know where the health packs are. Go get your health pack. Go back. Do it again. You do it over and over and over. Now, certain situations won't allow you to do that, right? Like, let's say they have 3 healers in the back. That makes it really difficult for you to do it. But you have to find a way. You have to find a way to be annoying. What I normally do is when I'm going to the back lines, you know, it's usually about 3 people back there. I would throw, it's the L1 ability. I don't know what any of this is called. But I'll throw down my shield to hit multiple people, and then I'll go ahead and hit them. So I'll jump down, like, hit them with that. You know, obviously I missed that because this thing's so small. But then I would finish off this person. If I can, I'll finish off the other healer, but get out of there. Healers that are easy to kill are Mantis and Luna Snow.
Enemy ahead. Prepare to engage.
Cloak and Dagger is pretty easy too. But with Cloak and Dagger, they can get away. So you have to look out for that. Because they can do the little disappearing thing for a couple seconds. But they're really easy to kill. But if you go up on Mantis or Luna Snow, make sure you got your shield up. Because to protect themselves, the first thing they're going to do is Mantis is going to try to put you to sleep. And Luna Snow is going to try to freeze you. You have your shield up, it works against them, and they get frozen or they get slept. And then you can go ahead and kill them. You know what I'm saying? So, it's like really that easy. I sent you a screenshot on Twitter about Pop. He is apparently doing encore activities already. Oh, okay. We'll talk about that tomorrow. But yeah. So that's basically the main thing. You go in, create your chaos, get out, go back to your team, get healed, maybe go around the corner. You can stay in the front a little bit with your other tank, help them out if they need it, and then go back and do your thing again. Another thing that's essential with Cap that you need to do, I don't think I did it on this account because I don't play on this one, but you need to go to, is it controller? Controller. Go to controller and go to combat. Okay. Turn your sensitivities up, you know, to whatever you feel like is comfortable, but you want to turn it up pretty high. I got mine's at 300, I think, both of them at 300, because you're constantly moving around everywhere, right? And you want to be able to turn around as quickly as possible. And people aren't just going to be sitting still like these robots on here. So you're chasing them down. So you're constantly moving your stuff around. And another thing that you will want to change is, where is it? Allied health bars. So you want your allied health bars for Cap to be on. And the reason being is because you want to know how much health, you know, I know you're not a healer, but you want to know how much health your teammates have. So either you can go over and you can shield for them, like, oh, you're low. You see a tank, he's low, help him there. Or you can use your ability, which if they're really in trouble and you're like, oh, we're getting low, now they got extra shield health. Run up to your teammates, give them that extra shield, go to the back lines, mess them up. You know, or if you're going against Groot, you know, you can mess up Groot if you want, if he's vulnerable. Whatever's a good target for you at the time, you can go after. You don't have to always go to the back lines. Something else too. Another thing that's cool about Cap, at least, because people will say like, oh, there's so many other tanks better, which I guess as far as giving off damage and being better protectors of the team, yeah. But one thing that's cool about him is he's not as vulnerable to Wolverine like the other ones. Because you can get away so quickly, you don't die just instantly to Wolverine, right? He might mess you up a little bit. You still have about 200 and something health. You can get out, get healed, go back in. You know what I mean? So, it's nice, man. He's a nice character. I feel like he needs more love. I don't even like Captain America as like a Marvel character. So, the fact that I'm gravitated towards him is kind of wild to me. I was not expecting that. It's kind of harder to hit like sitting still targets than when I'm in a match. Also on this PC, I think it's reacting differently. But yeah. What's your rank or highest rank clan? Right now I'm on this PC, but on PS5 I'm Diamond with Cap. So I can't show you on here that I'm Diamond with Cap, but on my PlayStation I am. So, Diamond with Cap. And overall of 43, I think. But yeah. Yeah, that's the main thing. Use your ability. Oh my goodness. Yeah, see, this is why I don't play in here. Use your abilities, but this one right here, don't use that. Don't use that unless you're trying to get away. You can use it when you're fighting or somebody's at super low health and it's just you and them. And you're like, I need to finish this person off, and you know that you can be safe doing it. So you say, oh crap, I hurt him too much. So you say this person's low, and it's like he's trying to get away. Maybe you can use it if you're by yourself and you don't think anybody's gonna hurt you. Boom. Oh well, I still didn't kill him, but you get the point. And then you're good. And you don't have that anymore, but whatever. But you'll still maybe possibly have this one, right? So if someone's shooting at you and you're trying to get away, like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, use that. It's almost impossible for them to get you. Go get a heal pack. He can stay alive forever, by the way. Just by doing that. Don't die. That's the main thing. Protect yourself. Don't die. My cat just jumping up here. Alright. Anyways, I'm going to hop off. But that's how it works. Dude, I never actually used, like... I actually never used mouse and keyboard. Now I got my mouse and keyboard right here. Oh god, this is tough. Guess that's why they have their sensitivity. This is, gosh, I'm not used to this. I don't like this. E, F. Oh. And then Q. Never actually used mouse and keyboard before. Anyways. Alright guys, I'm hopping off. I will get with you later. I'll get with you later. I appreciate everyone coming through. We will be back. We'll be back tomorrow. If you missed this stream, don't worry, you don't have to go back. I will upload it tomorrow morning. So just the part talking about the news. But yeah, I'll get with you guys later. Tomorrow, cool. Yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back tomorrow night too. So good night.